Okay, so next on the short list is Miranda Darrow for Mary Bennet Admires the Mute Swans. And here's the comment. Mary Bennet Admires the Mute Swans is an inventive, well thought out, and humane look at class and gender restraints with a beautiful use of language. The subject is a less popular Pride and Prejudice Bennet sister, Mary, and centers on her frustration and at the limitations on the Bennet sisters as women in need of husbands. That irritation is twinned with the imposition she feels her gender is on determining her fortunes, and her personal persuasions are pertinently mirrored in the dance of the mute swans. Complicated, clever, and not just religious book smart, she's able to adopt, affront, or perhaps cornered, and feeling she must hide, feeling she must hide because of her sexuality, creates a self-righteous cage that, in a way, is what sets her free, or as free as she can be.
And she's not here, so Truda Thurris.
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry.
She's American.
So yeah, it'll be read by Truda Thurris.
Can you hear me at the back? Shall I use the microphone? Okay, I shall not use the microphone then, it's more complicated. So this is an extract from Mary Bennet Admires the Mute Swans. The first male mute swan has regained his position in front of the female. He appears victorious as the female mute swan is now mirroring his head positions, and they start their ungainly mating dance. I hope you've selected wisely, Mary mutters to the swans, knowing that although they are technically the property of King George, they now own each other. Even a swan's lifetime can be an excruciating long dance with a foolish partner. Kitty gathers up a huge bouquet of flowers and places one behind Mary's ear, rejoicing at love blooming all around her. The sisters resume their trudge back to Longbourn, their nature-watching mission accomplished. Mary shudders at the thought of Kitty joining the ranks of her romantically claimed sisters, leaving Mary all alone with the full focus of Mrs. Bennet's life mission. Mary yearns to keep Kitty at Longbourn as a buffer for as long as possible. But Kitty is a pleasant and fair young lady. Her marriage prospects are only increased by Jane and Lizzie's engagements to prominent gentlemen of society. Mary cannot rely on Kitty as her only defence from Mrs. Bennet's non-stop barrage of marital hectoring. On this front, Mary has had to swallow her own pride and cultivate a persona of vanity. She practices piano pieces that she does not enjoy, purely to be accomplished enough to be a horrid bore while in mixed company. She has memorised long judgmental passages from all of the most moralising of writers, and can recite them by rote at the slightest provocation. Mary strives to maintain her own dignity, her own knowledge of her true talents, her true feelings, but she buries them deep. Their neighbour from down the road, William Peacock, a young man of 22, notices the sisters approach while walking the grounds with his hounds. "Hello to the Mrs. Bennet, what brings you out today?" "I'm scouting for an upcoming hunting expedition." The dogs jump and whine while William approaches the girls. Kitty ruffles one of the hound's fur while Mary steps back onto the road, attempting to avoid a slobbery snout. Kitty responds, "We're on our way back from Meryton, visiting our Aunt Phillips. We just saw swans pairing up." "It is a beautiful day. Speaking of pairing, are you two planning to attend the ball at the Rogers estate next weekend?" William positions himself between the sisters, facing Kitty and trying to make eye contact, while Kitty is now sitting on the ground, dandling the youngest of the hounds, still a pup. Undaunted by William's backside, Mary answers, "Yes, I believe that our father has indicated that we should be in attendance. And you?" "Yes, myself and my sisters and brother. I do hope that you'll save me a dance, Kitty, and Mary, I always look forward to hearing you play the pianoforte. After walking a fair distance away from the Peacock estate, Kitty confides to Mary, I'd much rather save the dance for his older brother, who will inherit it, as William's studying for the seminary. Regarding the pianoforte, Mary's public persona of prickly arrogance is on frequent display at large gatherings around town, particularly where eligible young men have gathered. How better can one say, move along, find a more suitable match, than with long, undanceable concertos paired with a weak singing voice and endless rounds of barely encouraged encores. Her father showed considerable nerve to proclaim before the entire assembly at Netherfield that Mary had delighted us long enough, and that Mary should let the other young ladies have time to exhibit. Not only had father made it clear that Mary's playing was not a delight, but that she was denying other girls the spotlight. To be so publicly rebuked, rather than a quiet aside, Mary knows that she is neither of her parents' favourite. She refused to allow her to show. There is no quarter for sensibilities in the Bennet household. Mary has cultured a mystique of logic defeating feeling, a shell of cool reserve oozing with judgment. But this was not her true self. She hides her true self from almost everyone, as her true self would be a liability.